Hello, everybody. This is Joel, aka Bourbon Dingo, and welcome to episode 12 of my Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. In the last episode, we successfully formed the Kingdom of Wales. So we have achieved our very first goal, and the next goal is going to be possibly looking down here at taking our other de jure territory of Cornwall or Devon, though with Cornwall in the hands of the Holy Roman Empire, I'm not sure that's going to happen. Maybe if there's a revolt or something, we might have a chance to snag it. Denmark is a slightly more viable option, trying to take Devon, but even as you can see then, they're still a bit much for us. What we're going to do as an actual short-term goal, however, is take a look over here into Ireland. Probably take over what is now the Duchy of Meath and attempt to spread throughout Ireland. But we're going to go ahead and get started. We have something occurring. England is currently in a holy war for Lithuania. Alright, and this isn't good. The second in line for succession, the son that I thought was actually doing fairly well, passed away. So, while that doesn't change anything in our immediate succession, it does mean that we're still waiting on them to actually have a son. And everyone seems to have content. Okay, let's go ahead and pass by that. We've got a couple people that we need to apply guardianship for. And he is 15, so it doesn't really matter who we send him off to. The other thing we're doing currently is saving up money to keep building up our areas here that we control in the county of Gwynedd, or the Duchy of Gwynedd. And until I control two more personal domain, I'm not going to give the duchy to any of the counts within the Duchy of Deheubarth. They want it, so they're not quite happy that I have it, but I don't want to consolidate that much power, especially when it's equal, basically, in power to what I have. Said we have a de jure claim on Cornwall, but I don't believe that's something I care to test for now. So right now it's just back to a bit of a waiting game. Once we get up to about 100, as you can see, England is devolving a little bit into war here, and I don't have any claims on any of the areas here, but possibly if we see the King of Denmark engage in any large-scale wars, we might join in. Okay. We have a nephew who's just come of age. We'll go ahead and pause real fast and marry him off. Our goal for this marriage is finding someone who could be useful as a tutor or Well, mostly a tutor. We're looking for some good stats. Such as Kerala. I'm not sure. It's not the greatest bonus there. This is worthwhile. We'll go ahead and invite a courtier from Trow. She's Italian. Alright, we've gotten enough money to go ahead and take a look at building something. I think what we're going to do is build the next step up. Go ahead and build an archery range. My king, the more I study the Waldensian religion, the more I feel compelled to embrace it and to show you the wisdom that lies in these texts. I have sent you excerpts from the most interesting parts. I urge you to follow my example and embrace the Waldensian religion. I am not going to turn heretic right now. I don't want people to have free reign to declare holy war against me, so we're going to go ahead and arrest him. What this does is actually takes him out of the council position, but what we're going to do is while he is in jail, we're going to implore him to change back to the Catholic religion, which he will do. We'll just wait a few moments because he'll change back into the Catholic religion. He'll go back to liking us a little bit more. As you can see, we've almost done the direct inverse of what he was previously. And then we're going to go ahead and give him his position back because he is still the best option for us. And we'll set him right back into... Well, actually, we'll send him to go better our relationships with other members of the clergy. And currently over here, this war is for King Loden's claim on England and for Duchess Alphahead. Maybe? Seems to be a lot going on throughout there, so we'll see how that turns out in the end. Alright, my beloved half-brother Meredith is concerned that he's still not married. His wife passed away and he'd had a couple kids. We'll go ahead and just see if we can't marry him off to possibly a baroness. Sure, real fast. He is not any of our court members, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll marry him off to a Polish baroness. And he should go finish off his days living the easy life. Okay, while we wait for some more money to build up. Alright, and the marriage was accepted. While we wait for some more money to build up, I'm going to take a quick glance and see how much it's going to cost us to... We're going to need about 200 gold to jump up to the next level of that. We had a courtier pass away. I think I'm going to start saving up 200 gold so that I can build the castle city in Powys. Jump our income up a little bit. Right now we're sitting in a balance of about +7 per month. Scotland still seems fairly stable. And even for its size, the Holy Roman Empire seems exceptionally stable. Sweden is expanding somewhat massively. And that might be due to the influence of Gotland. The Holy Roman Empire is eating up the pagans. And once again, the Holy Roman Empire is in control of England. And this is terrible. This will do little but make for a very bad game for us. Okay. I no longer find joy in stuffing myself with fine wines, red meat, and rich sauces. I think I need a diet. So our king has decided to go ahead and go on a diet. So we've actually lost gluttonous. The only completely negative trait we have currently is lustful and paranoid. Well, I thought Okay. We're getting expanded lieges in, or levies in Gwynedd. And like I said, once again, what we're hoping for here is that Holy Roman Empire can't hold on to England that long. It's unlikely, but I always hope that the Holy Roman Empire implodes. It always seems exceptionally stable. Alright, my nephew Tagonwi is looking for a wife. So let's go ahead and see what we can find him. He's depressed, so maybe this will cheer him up. I think we'll go ahead and marry him off to one of these princesses, just for the possibility of giving us some prestige, or family prestige. I believe we can get a small amount based on the family prestige. Let's marry him off to, even though she's maimed, I'm going to go ahead and marry him off to Vadrana, the Princess of Croatia. We'll hit OK on that. We just had an important decision pop up, the ability to hold a grand tournament. And this can give us a high amount of prestige. I'm not going to do that, however. What we're actually going to do with that money is go ahead and upgrade to a castle city. The archery range is just finished building in Gwynedd. Okay. Mayor Murrig is still being the best spy master ever. He's found us some more technology to steal. As you can see, we've also got about 1,000 prestige right now, though our piety isn't growing very quickly. And one thing we can look at real fast is if we look at, say, our daughter. No, that might not be worthwhile. Let's go ahead and look at someone within the Holy Roman Empire here. And as we can see, we have a plus 20 to our prestige. I'm sorry. We have a plus 10 to our prestige. And that's helpful. That offsets some smaller penalties you can get for other things. The Holy Roman Empire is currently massive. And while it's always massive, I've never seen it get quite this massive this early. Okay. My bishop has made someone like me a little bit more. As you can see, this is one of my issues currently with the new expansion, as it turns the republics into relatively powerful entities. Look over here on the coast of northern Africa. You can see that Pisa, Venice, Genoa, Venice, and this will continue expanding across based on the type of casus belli they get. And I'm not too familiar with it, but from what I've heard, it's exceptionally powerful. And like I said, that's one of the reasons I believe Sweden is doing as well as it is, because I believe Sweden is using Gotland to expand. Okay. We're hosting a small banquet, and we want to go ahead and invite Bishop Elid. Okay. We rushed around, basically working, and he was the last to arrive, but he appreciates the work we've done. There's some internal fighting going on in France, and France has actually expanded into the Iberian Peninsula a little bit. Go all the way down here, we can see that Mali is actually formed. The Fatimids are huge. Alright, Mayor Idwal has passed away at 71. Everyone's living quite a long time. Which means that we need to choose a new steward. We don't have a lot of great options for this. I believe I'll go ahead and put my nephew on the steward chair. Murg is still stealing. Currently we're building in Powys. I think instead of having him collect taxes for us, I'm going to go ahead and have him oversee construction so that the construction of that city will complete a little bit faster. And as you can see, we've jumped up to about 120 gold. I'm going to go ahead and take a look in Gwynedd one more time. Actually, I believe I'm going to go ahead and... Alright, we just had a sister pass away. And Murig finally passed away. It's quite possibly the greatest spy master ever. He didn't have any children. I should have married him off at some point. Okay, so we're going to take a look real fast. And our cousin, we seem to be at a lack for decent spy masters, so we're going to give it to our cousin for now. When we start marrying away daughters, pay attention, we might be able to pull in a better spy master. But in this instance, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up a spy master network inside York to see if maybe I can cause some rebellions within England. Okay, and our beloved niece Guinevere is worried that she is not still married. She's the kinslayer that we currently had on age 34. She has a few years, so what we're actually going to see if we can do here is set up a matrilineal marriage. Like I said, I'm going to take a quick glance, and the best I could possibly do is marry her within my area. Mathfall Dynasty, who's a chancellor in Toronto. I'm not sure where that's at. Be a cousin and a niece. I'm not actually going to make that marriage. Let's go ahead and, in this case, like I said, set her up with a matrilineal marriage. Take a quick look. Won't be able to set anything good up there. Can, however, just marry her off to our marshal. Matrilineal marriage, he'll begin producing children of our dynasty. And so that'll be good. Let's do that. Okay, we're up to 160 gold or so. I'm going to take a quick look and find actually what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and build the first level of our castle keep, which would be the castle dungeon in Aberfraw. Alright, and our current character has passed away. Age 69, and we have changed over into King Casnar of Wales. And this works a little bit better for us because since he was in control of one of the areas down here, now we have control of 4 areas, and he could control all of them without any penalty. Both of my other vassals aren't exceptionally happy with me, though not terribly. We're going to leave it paused for a few moments and take a quick look. We can see that, pause real fast. We can see that he is homosexual and he is greedy, but that is the only thing that's really working against him, except for the fact that he didn't have a very good education trait. His current heir is a daughter, and she isn't terrible. Just hope she's being trained by someone. She's being trained by someone who's not too terrible. So we'll go ahead and let that keep happening. But we were currently building something in both Matherfall and there, so what I'm going to do real fast is take a quick look and change around my council to include all of the people that I believe to be better. Though he did have a much better spy master than I did. Okay. And now we've got a decent council. I'm going to go ahead and send them back into Leinster to attempt to fabricate claims. We're going to have my marshal simply research some military tech in Gwynedd. Building something in Aberfraw, have him oversee construction in Aberfraw. We'll go back to stealing technology from Dublin. And we're going to keep improving religious relations around the area. Okay. we're going to let that get started one more time. Take a look at our laws now. We could actually jump our Crown Authority up into medium Crown Authority. That's not necessarily worthwhile at this point, considering how small we are. He soured Bishop Rune's opinion of the Pope. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave Crown Authority just where it's at. There's currently been a faction started for one of my cousins to be instituted as the King of Wales. One of my courtiers isn't happy that I risk too much. As you can see, even though we finished a couple other things, our balance hasn't jumped up too high, and that's because we're overseeing construction and no longer attempting to collect taxes, which gives us a nice little tax modifier. I'm actually going to turn around and change him over to that in March. Alright, with my wife being 42, there's only a couple more years possible that I might have a son. So, it appears we will have a Queen of Wales. You can see there's still a lot of fighting going on in the English portion of the Holy Roman Empire. Looking around, the Fatimids have expanded some more. Though it appears the Byzantine Empire is spreading out quite a bit. Even gotten a portion of the boot of Italy. Take a quick glance while we wait for something to occur. You can see that one of our kinsmen just came of age. It's not anything special. We'll wait for him to ask about marriage. Catholic religion seems to have stayed kind of like it is, though we do have a Lollard heresy taking root in France. Quick glance at culture. Not too much has changed. As you can see, there's plenty of shaky looking graphics, which are these lines. This is relatively important, but I won't move past it until I explain this. As you can see, one of the things that's actually happened with Welsh right now is, I believe, with England right now, is that currently, I think it looks at the king's, possibly the king's culture, and so this is all trying to turn Norwegian. Otherwise, it's looking at the top liege culture, and that's going to be German. Yeah, that looks more gray than blue, so it's attempting to turn German right now. Alright, this is important. So, the ruler of Dyfed here has decided to press what he believes Count Sion's claim on the Kingdom of Wales. And I could tell him that I guess I have no choice and let King Sion become the King of Wales, or I can just let him know that I won't be blackmailed. And I think I'm going to let him know I won't be blackmailed. Could you have guessed? Pause real fast, take a quick look. More than likely, he's going to rise up in arms, so I'm going to go ahead and preempt him. And pull everybody. As you can see, both of those guys decided to join, which means I've lost both of their sets of soldiers. What we're doing real fast is getting everybody together. As you can see, they gathered together right there. And they're going to have a slight... this isn't good, because he got a band of rebels to join him. So he's actually going to be pretty much equal to us currently. What I may do is wait for him to attack us. Have a slightly better defense. So we should win this combat. As you can see, I'm actually leading the center, and of course that was probably a horrible idea, because the center's already broken, but we seem to be beating their flanks relatively well. Okay, as you can tell, we've dropped down to 700 soldiers. They have about 500. So what I'm going to do real fast is we got about 250 gold. This time I'm actually going to pay attention. We have about a +6 balance in money, so we're going to go down here and take a look at the 75 gold. You can see that this is going to be about 8 gold, so we're going to be at a -2 gold for a short period of time, but we should have enough reserve built up that this shouldn't be an issue. I'm going to go ahead and send him down into Gwent to start sieging Gwent. We're going to press an attack real fast. I'm not sure this is the best option, considering that they have that. Okay. Your experience in matters of war has increased, and there are many things you will do differently in future battles. What would you like to learn? Master rough terrain. This may be worthwhile because the bonuses they're all getting are hills, so I'm probably going to do that. But it gives me, I can take a bonus in heavy infantry, which will give me a small malice with mounted. Take a look at what I'm currently leading. You can see that I have quite a bit of heavy infantry. But as was said, this is almost all hills, so we're going to call myself a rough terrain expert. Okay. One of their flanks has fallen. My center flank has fled. But we have 2 flanks attacking their one side. And into pursuit. So they have lost that. We're going to go ahead and we've taken a small minus. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to follow them into this area and press my advantage while I have it. It'll cause me to lose a little bit more troops than I would like. Let's pause real fast. Just had a new claim pop up. The ability to attempt to claim Flanders, apparently. May have just had somebody fly in here. No. My wife. She has a claim on Flanders. Got it. But as you can see, we chased him down. He's down to 92 soldiers. And what we're still allowing is basically just having the mercenary group that we ordered sieging that. We've captured a courtier in battle. He's no one special. He is, however, married to a kinswoman, so we may release him. And I'm going to wait for a short period of time. Okay, we just had our Chancellor pass away, and he was a very good Chancellor. No, he just decided to stop being our Chancellor for some reason, it appears. He is still available to become one, so I'm just going to ask him to work back with us one more time. Alright, and these in the middle have just gotten a bit more morale, which means they'll fight for longer, which means they'll also lose more soldiers. And as you can see, we've dropped into them. Oop. Let's go ahead and leave him there. Oh, I didn't do it quick enough. We've reset the siege, it appears. Well, that's no good. Currently, even with the mercenaries, we have a positive balance, so we're not going down. Go ahead and combine those forces. As you can see, we got about 1,600. And we're going to siege the castle normally, but as we get down to these, I might consider assaulting these. It'll cause us to lose quite a few soldiers, but it will speed up the process of the assault. You can see our war score currently is about 50%. We'll see if he's ready to take peace. He isn't. Quick pause. We have a child set for education. Go ahead and make her Welsh. I suppose we'll actually work with ourselves. We have the ability to righteously imprison our kinsmen, though I'm unsure why. He currently isn't in a plot or anything of that nature that I can tell. So we're going to go ahead and imprison him. As you can tell, he decided to run away to the Kingdom of Poland. His wife stayed with us, however. I'm not sure how long that'll last or whether or not she'll go to him. But as you can see, there's quite a bit of disease spreading through the English Holy Roman Empire. But alright, we are coming up on our time here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up the battle we're currently in, and we'll call it after we've finished it. There actually appeared to have been more defenders at this point in Newport than there was in Caerwent. Alright, the lady almost ran me down as I entered the hall. Tearfully, she told me that my daughter Ellen had insulted her again. But, my dear lady, you are fat. Woman gains a diplomacy malice with us. But my child gains honest. I can praise her honesty, and people will get mad at me about bragging. I can tell her that honesty has its bounds, and she'll lose honesty. Or I can suggest that punish her for her insults, and she has a chance of gaining deceitful. For a small bonus, and all of them appear to be relatively unimportant, I'm going to go ahead and praise her. I believe I gain the 1 diplomacy, however. I'm going to praise her honesty to the court. Yeah, I gained the 1 diplomacy from that. And she still retained honest. So for making people dislike me a little bit about bragging, I gained a small bonus. Okay. We have gone ahead and sieged the city of Newport. And while we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and build the wooden palisade in Cardiff, the middle area I control. We're going to try to get this up to the point where it is contributing quite a bit to me. And my bishop is still bandying around and making clergy like us. Okay. My mother just died of great pox. And one of the mayors just sent me a gift. Small gift, only 5 gold. But he's concerned about the war. And that was Mayor Kaznar. Apparently he likes the fact that his king has the same name. Okay, and we have now completely sieged this area. We're going to go ahead and move on. One of the things I'm not too sure about is why each of those claims is such a small percentage of that area when I'm not at war with anyone else. Okay, my bishop is still making people like me, so we're going to go ahead and move him. The Holy Roman Empire is now completely unified England. Okay. He's doing a good job making everyone like us. This is running exceptionally slow. I currently have her husband imprisoned, so this could possibly be one reason she's not very appreciative. But I think part of the issue may have been that Dyfed is where I should have started with the combat instead of Gwent. As you can see, it jumped up massively whenever I did that. See if she's ready to capitulate yet. Yeah, she is. Currently, go ahead and we're going to enforce our demands for surrender. I'm going to do that. And we're going to do one last thing before I go away. One of the good things is both of them have just declared war against us, which means that my vassals do not mind that I'm about to take their land from them. And this is what you get for being a traitor. But as you can see now, I control all 6 areas, and that fills up my domain size. It'll also jump up my personal gain here, likely soon. We're going to go ahead and disband them. But I currently have no vassals, which also means that one of these laws is relatively useless. I'm going to keep the Pope liking us a little bit. I'm not worried about free investiture currently. I don't have any vassals, and because I don't have any vassals, I'm going to go ahead and increase crown authority. My holdings vassals, burghers, and bishops will like me a little bit less for it, but there will be less of a worry about revolt. And so we've increased crown authority up into medium. But alright, we have 4 children. I'll go ahead and sign them a guardian off camera, but I'm going to let you guys go. We have succeeded in putting down a rebellion. We've changed kings, and now we're more powerful than we were before, which is always nice. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, and I will see you during the very next episode.